The Optentia Research Unit at Northwest University brings together experts from many fields to tackle some of society's toughest challenges. We focus on issues that affect people across their lives, at home, at work, in communities, and in society as a whole. Instead of working in silos, Optentia researchers collaborate across disciplines, creating knowledge that not only deepens understanding but also shapes policy and practice. Our work is connected to international and African priorities, including the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the African Union's Agenda 2063, and South Africa's National Development Plan. Through this, we address pressing needs, reducing poverty and inequality, improving healthcare and education, supporting decent work, promoting effective relationships, building sustainable communities, and strengthening institutions. At the heart of our vision is social justice across the life course, ensuring that people within and across all generations have real opportunities to live the lives they value. We aim to contribute to a more just and flourishing society in Africa and beyond. The Aging and Generational Dynamics in Africa, or Agenda program, speaks to some of the most urgent challenges of our time: population aging and its impact on intergenerational dynamics, long-term care and their implications for policy, practice, and everyday life. Our current strategy and agenda highlight 5 key areas that foreground Africa's unique context: the fastest growing older population in absolute numbers in the world, yet also the youngest continent demographically; small shares of total populations but big absolute numbers. Our strategy is to build on partnerships. Internationally, Agenda collaborates with institutions across the UK, Europe, North America, Latin America, and Asia. We are actively engaged in the International Federation of Aging, the International Longevity Center Global Alliance, Help Age International, and the International Association of Gerontology and Geriatrics. On the continent, we partner with colleagues in all the regions of Africa, but particularly across Southern Africa, with projects on long-term care, rural aging, ICT, and intergenerational relationships. Nationally, we work closely with several government departments, including South Africa's Department of Social Development, the Gauteng Office of the Premier, and the Gauteng Department of Economic Development, with initiatives like the Gauteng as an age-friendly community and a long-term care economy strategy. These collaborations, also with NGOs, ensure our research is both globally connected and locally grounded. Policy engagement lies at the heart of Agenda. Demographic change in sub-Saharan Africa demands urgent, evidence-based responses. Together with international and African partners, we reviewed the approved AU Strategic Policy Framework and Plan of Action on Aging, offering guiding principles rooted in African priorities and aligned with the African Union's Agenda 2063. At the national level, our work on a care economy strategy highlights how aging policy intersects with employment, gender equality, and economic development. This strategy not only addresses the rising demand for care, but also creates opportunities for jobs, especially for unemployed youth. We also contribute to dialogues on housing and inclusive design for older persons. These initiatives reinforce our commitment to policies that recognize the rights of older adults as well as the potential for investing in population aging. Agenda aims to move beyond research and policy development to practical innovation. A flagship example is Yabelana, referring to sharing information. This award-winning ICT ecosystem improves service delivery for older persons in South Africa by combining a mobile app, website, and USSD code for basic phones. Accessible across devices, it provides context-specific service information and allows feedback from end users. Yabelana embodies our relational, transdisciplinary approach, development with input from psychology, sociology, law, demography, and computer science. It is not just technology, but a socially relevant, ethically grounded solution that strengthens accountability and inspires models for other developing regions. ICT is indeed a powerful enabler of inclusion. Through formal intergenerational programming, our work shows how digital tools, when co-created with communities, extend access, promote accountability, and even strengthen intergenerational solidarity. Older persons often rely on younger people for support with technology, turning digital learning into opportunities for connection. Our book, Age-Inclusive ICT Innovation for Service Delivery, shares these lessons for policymakers, practitioners, and scholars worldwide. Knowledge spreads by sharing. No one carries the flame alone. We are committed to capacitate a next generation of African scholars. To this end, we have launched 2 pioneering interdisciplinary PhD programs. The PhD in Social Science with Relational Dynamics and Development, coordinated by Professor Vera Ruiz, explores relationships across diversity, age, language, and culture, placing human connection at the center of development. The PhD in Social Science with Aging and Development, coordinated by Professor Jaco Hofman, investigates aging across the life course in the African context, exploring homegrown conceptualizations. Our students contribute to international conferences and publications. Alongside peer-reviewed publications, we present at platforms such as the International Federation on Aging and the International Association of Gerontology and Geriatrics conferences. Our contributions from rural aging to digital inclusion ensure that African perspectives enrich global debates. Agenda demonstrates how research can shape both policy and practice. Through international networks, policy dialogues, practical innovations, formal intergenerational programming, and academic programs, we are building societies for all ages. Agenda is not just about research on aging. It is about connection, resilience, and inclusion of all generations. Together, we can shape a future where every generation matters. Through Optentia's multiple disciplinary lens, Agenda reflects how collaborative scholarship can turn research into impact across generations, across disciplines, and across society.